Today's lesson is over how to solve and graph two-step inequalities. So just think of it as two-step equation. You just solve it normally. However, you then have to put in the inequality. But what do you remember about multiplying and dividing by a negative? Remember, you have to flip the sign when multiplying and dividing by a negative number. So let's start off with the easy one. 4x plus 1 is greater than 13. So again, what I like to do is I like to highlight the inequality. So how do I isolate this x? So I'll cover it up with my hand. To undo it, adding 1, I subtract 1 on both sides. Cancel, so you're left with 4x is greater than 12. To undo a multiplication, we divide both sides by 4. X is greater than 3. So I have 3. It has to be greater. So name some numbers that are greater than 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we shade to the right, open dot, because it cannot include the 3. And same thing right here. We add 6 to both sides. Now we're left with y divided by 2 is greater than 7. To undo dividing, we multiply both sides by 2. Cancel. Y is greater than 14. Open dot, all the numbers that are greater than 14. Then the hardest one. So we add 7 to both sides because we cover up the n. How do I undo, subtract 7? Add 7 to both sides. So it's negative 2n less than or equal to 22. Divide both sides by negative 2. Cancel. Notice how I have to flip the inequality sign when multiplying dividing by a negative number. So is this going to be open dot or close dot? Close dot, because it can be equal to. So n is greater or equal to 11. So like 12, 13, 13 and a half, 14. So let's go try an example right now. Let's try this one. 3x minus 9 less than or equal to 18. So I have to add 9 to both sides. Cancel. 3x is less than or equal to 27. To undo a multiplying, I divide both sides by 3. Cancel. X is less than or equal to 9. So find 9 on here. It has equal to, so it has to be a closed dot. Name some numbers that are less than or equal to 9. 8, 6. So I shade to the left side. Test value. So I can replace it with 0. 3 groups of 0 is 0. 0 minus 9 is minus 9. Is that less than or equal to 18? True. We did a good job. Now let's try this one, a harder one. Now let's go to this one. So I minus, so again, I see this, I cover up the b. How do I get rid of 2? I subtract 2 on both sides. Cancel. So I'm left with negative half b less than 3. Now, how do I undo a dividing? I multiply both sides by negative 2. Multiply both sides by negative 2. This is a multiplying. This is a negative 2. Cancel. So as b is 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. But if I multiply or divide by a negative, I have to flip the sign. So I flip it from a less than to a greater than. So b is greater than negative 6, so open dot, highlight all the numbers are greater. Test point, let's use 0 as a test point. If I replace the b with 0, 2 minus, what's half of 0? 0. Is that going to be less than 5? It is true. That's why if you flip the inequality sign, it makes the statement true.